channel. If you're a fan of horror stories, you've come to the right place. On this channel, you'll find stories that are true, some are fictional, but as long as they send a chill down your spine and make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, if you like that sort of thing. A fair warning though, some stories contain graphic, violent or sexual content, so viewer discretion is advised. So without any further ado, let's get into it. My school just went on lockdown. The school shooter sure as hell isn't human. Written by Redditor, Deadball4572. Part 1. 10th grade can be a bust, but going on a full-out lockdown can't be compared to all the other shit you might face, especially the lockdown I was in a few years ago. On that one Wednesday afternoon, during English class, the loudspeaker came on, and the vice principal's panicked voice flooded the room. Lockdown, 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 lockdown. Usually we can tell if a lockdown is the real deal because in a drill the vice principal or the principal says lockdown 3 times. But when a lockdown is real and when someone dangerous and armed is in the building, the vice principal says lockdown 4 times. The lockdown was going smoothly at first until we realized something. A girl, Linda, was in the washroom and she hadn't been back for 10 minutes since the lockdown started. Our 7-foot-tall, 300-pound English teacher bravely volunteered to go check if everything was okay. Honestly, I don't think a bullet could even pierce his skin enough to reach his vital organs. When the teacher hadn't returned in 20 minutes, we started to panic. "What the hell is going on? They should be fucking back," one kid said. "They're probably dead." The fuck? When is this over? Everybody shut the fuck up. We wait 10 minutes until Mr. Johnson comes back, and if they don't come back, Somebody screamed in the hallway, a female voice. One of my best friends, nicknamed Blame, pulled me aside from the chaos. Blame was allegedly part of a gang. He dressed in hood clothes, always carried a switchblade on him, and never spoke in full sentences. "Yo dog, shit's going on?" Blame asked. I replied, "I don't know. Why the fuck isn't Mr. Johnson coming back? Someone is outside, and by the looks of it, they're armed." Another scream echoed into the hallway. Linda ran down the hallway like that cliché girl in every slasher film, and she started banging on the door. "Let me in! Let me in!" she screamed. "Yo girl, calm down," Blame said. "Calm down, stop fucking around, what's going on?" I asked. "Let me in, something is chasing me." "This isn't funny, Linda," Dan said. Dan slowly removed the barricade and unlocked the door, and he stepped out. Through the window in the door, I could see him asking Linda something when something we couldn't see tripped Linda and dragged her, screaming. "Fuck!" Dan screamed. He desperately tried to run back to the door, but the thing we couldn't see grabbed him and started dragging him along the floor. He kicked, screamed and punched, but whatever had a hold of him was stronger. The 2 freshmen were dragged to the other hallway, where we couldn't see them anymore. The screams eventually cut off. I rushed to the door, locking it, and I covered the window. "The fuck is going on, dog?" Blame screamed. "I'm not paid enough for this shit," I said. All the kids began to panic and arguments ensued. 3 kids, Dan's goons, wanted to go out and try to look for him. I tried to argue, saying that it was too dangerous. I almost feel bad for what happened to them. Ryan, one of them, yelled, "So you're going to just sit here instead of looking for my man? Hey, I don't know if you numbskulls can process thoughts anymore, but did you see what took him? That's no school shooter. Hell, it might not even be human. And you want to get out and look for a dead man?" Ryan stepped forward, cracking his knuckles. "What was that, bitch?" Blame stepped between us and glared at Ryan. "Dog, get the fuck away from my homie, or I'ma fuck your pansy ass up and make you wish you were never born." Ryan looked like he had an idea. "You, give me that switchblade you always carry." In case you didn't know, even on school grounds, Blame always carried a switchblade in his pocket in case, as he said, shit went down. "Hell nah, bitch. You go get your own, dog." I decided that I had enough of this shit. "You know what, Ryan? If you want to go outside and look for your dead friend, then be my guest. No one's stopping you. Go out and fucking die. Just know that I warned you." Ryan looked hesitant. Fine, let's go. He looked at the silent group of sophomores, at his jocks. When they didn't come, he screamed, "Let's go, you pussies!" And they went outside, into the dark hallways. I watched as Ryan and his gang went in the hallway where I couldn't see them anymore, which was also the hallway we saw Dan and Linda disappear. I heard their footsteps abruptly stop. I heard one of them yell, "What the fuck is that thing?" followed by a very deep and aggressive growling and the sound of something heavy standing up. "Oh shit, let's get out of here!" Ryan screamed. "Go, go, go!" All the screaming and sounds abruptly cut off, like someone had turned the mute button on. Then I heard deep and loud footsteps. Then the sound of something large being dragged down the hallway, heading away from us. My stomach twisted. I knew this was going to happen. Everyone started to panic. A few kids started to cry. And some kids made futile attempts at calling 911, which wasn't working. What the fuck was that? I stood up. They're probably dead and fucked, and nothing's going to change that. Now we have 20... Sorry, I'm not too good at subtraction. Yeah, we have 20 people left. We need to, at all costs, avoid panicking because that'll... Who the fuck put you in charge? One kid asked. I did, dog, Blame said. Now shut the fuck up and listen. Thanks, man, I said to Blame. Anytime, player. Now does anyone have weapons? I asked. 7 kids, including me, raised their hands. Of course, half the fucking class was part of a gang, and we were in the USA. In the end, we gathered 10 weapons from all the kids, mostly switchblades, Swiss Army knives, folding knives, and even a few fixed blades. I had a small folding knife my father had given me. Blame pulled me aside. Yo dog, I got something to tell you, he said. What? I asked. I'll tell you when you drop that fucking attitude, he yelled. I have a gun. I raised my eyebrows. Are you serious? I asked. Yeah dog. Blame pulled up his hoodie, revealing a 9mm pistol sloppily holstered in his belt. That's great. How much ammo do you have? I asked. 2 magazines, he replied. I stood up. I have an announcement to make. Everyone went silent. We have a fucking gun. The class cheered. I walked to the other side of the classroom. In case you were wondering, we don't have any windows in our classroom, since we're at the heart of the school, and even if we did, we were on the 3rd floor anyway. Nah, did anyone call the police? I asked. Nah, they keep hanging up on us, one kid said. Of course they did. I pulled out my phone and typed down everything that had happened on Reddit, so I could post it later or something. Should we get out? My heart dropped as something huge bashed against the door. Everyone screamed and backed away. Oh shit, dog, Blame said. He turned the safety on his pistol. No, I put my hand gently on his pistol. Save the ammo for later. I'm going to get a good look at this thing. Upon not hearing any noises, I walked to the door and took the cover off the window. I looked out the hallway and got a long, good look at the thing that had killed 5 of our classmates. There was a damn monster right outside our classroom. Part 2. Holy shit, I said, backing away from the window. The monster crawling in the hallway was about 15 feet long and had a fairly skinny and humanoid form, with a strange, sleek body design. I'd say that it was at least 2 feet taller than me, making it 7 feet tall. It had a black, eyeless, tooth-filled and sleek head that looked somewhat like the head of an anglerfish. In place of its legs, the creature's thin lower body ended in a crown of thick tentacles and tendrils, all moving and squirming to keep the creature standing. It had 2 webbed arms that were tipped with 7 fingers and 7 claws. The creature was a pale, translucent color. What is it, dog? Blame pulled out his pistol and looked out the window. Oh shit, man! Blame backed away and pointed his pistol aggressively. I immediately rushed over and covered the window. The fuck is going on? Why y'all acting like such pussies? A kid asked. Yo dog, some weird shit crackhead alien gorilla squid motherfucker be standing outside, Blame told him. Dog, you shitting me right now. Nah blood, truth. I almost couldn't understand the strange gang interaction between Blame and the quiet kid. The kid looked outside at the monster. Fuck! Blame be telling the truth, he yelled. One girl, who had been crying the whole time, screamed, What's going on? Why won't anybody? Blame straight up turned and punched her in the face. Silence, motherfucker. Can't even hear my own thoughts. What do we do? I don't know. You have the gun, I said. I guess we're pretty safe in here, for now. We need to get out of here sometime. Police aren't coming, that's for sure. What supplies do we have? The quiet kid, Armin, a short kid in a grey hoodie, said, I got 3 throwing knives and 2 fireworks on me, and a lighter. The school didn't really regulate what came in and what came out of the property. There was even a rumor that the principal had a 50 cal sniper rifle and 20 pistols in his office. I didn't know how accurate that rumor was, but if Principal Marlowe was alive, we would find out. This is the fucking USA, the only place where a school has enough firepower to take over New York. We also have a couple of broomsticks, one kid said. Boomsticks? Shotguns, I asked. No, broomsticks, like the wooden stick thingies, and some duct tape, Armin said. Then let's make some spears, dog, Blame said. There were about 5 long broomsticks in the maintenance room. I picked one up and broke the broom off. I grabbed some duct tape and Blame's folding knife. Some kids took the broomsticks and started carving them into spears, or just duct taping knives to the ends of them. In the end, I had a deadly makeshift spear. Wait, how many of you don't have weapons? One kid, Edmund said. Me. I'm a pacifist, peace supporter, anti-vaxxer and vegan. Yeah, go back to Britain, you pansy-ass bitch. We split up the remaining makeshift weapons to the rest of the kids. You know, it's funny how most schools don't allow weapons in their school, but how easily weapons can be made out of things already here. In the end, we had kids with knives, one kid with a gun, Blame, broken and sharpened chair legs, 5 fireworks, a few throwing knives, some makeshift spears, and 1 Brooklyn Crusher cold steel baseball bat. Any sign of the creature? I asked. Blame looked outside. Nah, dog, shit. Y'all ready? I asked the class. Now, I'm not a teacher and I'm not some security guard, but most of us are gang members who secretly stash knives in their backpacks, and that should be enough. Keep your eyes open and don't die or I'll kill you myself, and then kill you again. I slowly unlocked the door and opened it. Blame led the way, pointing his pistol down the hallway. The rest of us, holding our Dollarama grade weapons, followed behind. The dimly lit hallways were eerily quiet. Our school was big, like really big. And to make matters worse, our classroom was held on the highest floor, and the furthest away from the stairwell. But how the hell a demonic monster caused the lockdown was unknown, and strangely all the windows and some of the walls were covered with this black gunk and goo that surprisingly held everything shut. In the middle of the silence, without warning, a student ran out of a classroom, screaming. Behind him, the monster chased out of the classroom, screeching. It noticed us, then started advancing, trying to trip us with its long tendrils. It got a hold of one kid and almost bit his fucking head off, but he managed to stab at it and escape. Eat shit, mother... Blame emptied an entire magazine into the creature. It screeched in pain and recoiled, giving him time to reload. One of the kids, who I assume was taught by either a redneck or a Taliban fighter, threw a spear at the creature, impaling it straight through the chest. Armin lit his fireworks and shot the 1,000-spark explosive directly at the creature. I ran, adrenaline pumping, and I kicked the dying monster down and drove my spear straight through its head. For good measure, one of the more athletic kids bashed the creature's head in with that baseball bat I talked about earlier. Real shit, dog, Blame said, blowing smoke off his pistol. Anyone got some weed? Let's get a closer look at this ugly fucker, I said. I don't know anything. Hey, Charlie. The boy Charlie, a little shorter than me and wearing square glasses and a button-up t-shirt, said, Yeah? Can you identify this? I asked. How should I know what that thing is? Charlie asked. Because you're always watching those National Geographics and like sea life and stuff. Fine. Charlie bent over the 7-foot-long creature and examined it. Yeah, I got it, he said. I excitedly asked, What is it? It's an I don't know, you fucking idiot. He gave up. I sighed and sat down in the middle of the hallway. The rest of the kids were still excited about how their gang skills had paid off. Charlie, can you at least try? I asked. Fine. It looks to be a carnivore. It's certainly built like a predator. And it has some anglerfish and marine aspects of its biology. But it also has anthropomorphic tentacles and humanoid features, which makes it totally unrelated to any other life form on this earth. And it also has a very skinny stomach, meaning it does not eat the things it kills. It instead does something else. And this creature, based on its drone-like basic features, is probably a member of a hive species, as it exhibits certain features of ant and colony species, such as refraining from regular food consumption and giving the available resources and nutrition to the rest of the hive or colony. Blame let out an aggravated sigh. Yo dog, I ain't understand half the shit your dumb brain shoot at me. So, there are more of these things in the school? I asked. Probably, Charlie said. There wouldn't be any sense for there to be only one. I took out my phone and made another quick update. We continued down the other side of the hallway to the 3-floor stairwell. Downstairs, all the lights were broken or turned off. The class and I stopped at the edge of the stairwell, which went down like a black abyss. We could hear some large life form moving around on the bottom of the stairs. I readied my spear. The objective: reach the front doors and get the fuck out. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, let me know and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel and ring my bell so that you don't miss out on future videos and awesome spine-tingling, goosebump-giving stories. If you don't do these things, the like button will haunt your dreams and stalk your days forever.